Pat, what time is it?
Time to drag
Like
the
the
lake.
Oh yeah, do we have this song?
I know that's Mega Man.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Drag the Lake. I'm one of your hosts, Andy Malafrina. With me, as always, the late
Barbecue
great
Master.
Pat, the Grateful Dad, George. We're bringing it back. Pat, the fartist, the tutor of entombment. Sorry, I'm thinking job for a cowboy. the barbecue master himself, Pat George.
That's me.
Borrowing my cup. He's temporary barbecue master.
I got so many cups.
Yeah, it's very cup heavy.
I don't have notes here, so
It's very cup heavy.
Goodbye, phone.
My wife gives me shit for all the cups, and I go, "You have OCD."
yeah.
I go, "I'm streaming for fucking 17 hours. I'm gonna get cups."
Sometimes I forget to drink. Okay.
Dude, they were giving me a lesson in water this morning.
Waddle?
Wawa
What?
and water.
What happened?
They were like, "Andy, you should drink water." I go, "All right, doctors, let's fucking calm down."
Water. I try to. It's weird that like I've tried to cut back on soda and all that other shit, but like
I hate it.
the amounts of water that I drink and the different types of water. So if I'm at work all day
Yeah.
or all night or whatever, I'm just running up grabbing Ramblers and I'm like, this counts, right? It's like it's still water. It's carbonated.
Water.
That and then I'll go like a bottle of water. But it's the fact that in the morning, just because this is why the strict motivator why I try to always drink the fuck out of water is to avoid kidney stones.
I just picked. Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
That's the thing where I'm like, I
didn't forget. Someone reminded me about kidney stones
I
earlier.
get one of those big ass mason jars of water, and I force myself to drink that before I do anything else in the morning.
Yeah, I really got to do that. That's the one I hate. I don't know
Don't
why, but it's
Photoshop
like
anything there.
the first thing I want to do in the morning is chug coffee, and I know that's fucking horrible for me.
Right, and if you just sit there and if you're just drinking coffee, like it's almost like I'm like wait, and then I take that first like hot stinky piss, and you're like, I'm not hydrated. I gotta hydrate some more.
Yeah,
so that's one of those things. I'd rather be up all night pissing my brains out than fucking like trying to pee and just having a rock in my fucking urethra, dude. Fuck bodies.
I'm gonna piss a fucking rock
Bodies
out
are
of my dick.
Dumb.
Bodies suck ass. What the fuck? I was trying to think of another fucking thing before we actually got into the meat of the episode, but I can't right now. So let's talk about.
We can do clips. I forgot because we're at your house.
We're at my house.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some fucking music because this is Drag the Lake.
Man.
I don't personally have a lot because we're actually recording this on Friday, so I haven't been able to dig into the new music or anything. I honestly don't know exactly what's even coming out per se, but I did once again get a reminder that I am 34. But before I get into that, did you have a new thing about Refused? Because you texted me something hot about Refused.
I just wanted. I know, a lot of times we'll do you send somebody a clip or you send somebody something or a suggestion a lot of times, and like people sometimes do, sometimes don't. I'm not the best at it, like taking suggestions or actually listening to stuff unless it's like for the show or something.
Yeah.
You know? But if it's just you going like, hey, like I like this or something like that. I'm not. It's in the pile, but it's not necessarily like all the way at the top. Do you know what I'm saying?
Not fully.
But I needed you to listen to these two back to back.
Wait.
The one where I was like the Deadly Rhythm and the cover of the Deadly Rhythm.
Oh, those two songs specifically?
Because I got re-triggered. There was a post about the thing coming out.
I knew. By the way, sorry. This is why I'm in my phone. I knew there was something I wanted to bring up to show you.
But yeah, there's just, it's so.
Oh, you sent me the original and then the cover.
Right. Just to say, like, you have to hear the back to back because it's one of those things where, like, I'm.
Oh, it's that Brutus one.
Yeah.
You got fucking. You got Brutus between your sights.
But there is an Instagram little ad for it, and it's like playing tracks, like parts of each track, and then I go, let me go to the comments section. Let me see if anybody's going like, and they go, oh, nobody's saying a nice thing about it except for this. They go,
oh really?
The Brutus one and the other one were the most interesting to me. Nobody's saying anything bad, but also they're just like, either they're specifically pointing out the ones that are so, because you think you're fucking being deep when you're fucking with my songs.
Yeah.
You're fucking with their songs, and you're sitting here going like, oh, this one was really compelling. Oh, this was so intriguing. Did any of it sound good? Not really.
Well, that's always
Not
like,
really.
That always too. People kind of like fuck that up. Oh, let me mute this real quick. People always like, where'd it go?
Are you looking for the...
I was looking for the fucking thing I sent you. It was so fucking funny. It was here. Maybe I'll re-like it so
I
it'll
hope
be in
Mike
my.
Tyson doesn't get knocked out tonight, man. I'm going to be so sad.
I don't. Here's my thing.
I just don't want him to get knocked out. If he loses the fight to a decision, I know it's a work. I know there's a work somewhere. I know there's a fucking work. But I'm not, like, everybody forgets that he was one of the,
by the
big
way,
parts of WrestleMania.
I'm pulling up my Twitter.
like he can't
so I
sell
can
a
show,
yeah.
I'm pulling up my Twitter so Pat can see a clip, and
I'm
this
just
is why
triggered-
he's triggered by Mike Tyson.
By everything right now.
Yeah.
I'm so worried that he's going to be embarrassed, and I don't want him to be fucking embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that, like, I'm not trying to be a dickhead. Everybody's like, oh, look at Tyson. He's back to his old self. He's even cursing in front of kids, all this other shit. Like, and it's like, it's one of those things where, like, yeah, dude, do you remember he was the referee for Stone Cold Steve Austin against Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
And he worked everybody. He knows how to work, stupid. He knows how to do it.
Fucking bookmark. Yeah, no, he knows how to fucking work.
Yeah.
But also too, it's like he does have like good punching strength. He does have all this shit, but like at the end of the day, it's
He's 50.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's not a sure thing that Jake Paul is gonna win. It's also not a sure thing Mike Tyson's gonna win.
Right, and that's what I don't like. Is like, it's not Mike Tyson in his prime. It's not. It doesn't prove anything. Neither one of them is going to prove anything. If he beats Jake Paul, it'll be the greatest thing in the world. But I don't think Jake Paul is going to do that. I don't think that is like, that's not. He's like John Jones at this case, in this point. And that's the only comparison that anybody would ever make Jake Paul to John Jones, is the fact that he just is going to handpick his opponents that are best suited for him. And he still lost one of those fights. He fucking lost against Tommy Fury. But Tommy Fury is a young man. Like, he's
Yeah.
not fucking 57 years old or some shit, 58. I don't even know how. It's nuts.
This tweet might just be non-existent.
But-
Because when I tried to pull it up, it just went away. But anyway, sorry, back to
No.
Refused.
But yeah, so like I got re-pissed off by the comment section, and I was just like, and I know I mentioned it on the show, but I really just, like, it's not a good cover. It is not even similar to that. It's terrible. I hate it. And I know that's me. I know that's like, but it's just like, it's just reiterated the fact that there was a handful of bands, I think Touche Amore was one of them,
Yeah.
that like did something interesting with the song that wasn't completely changing the song.
Yeah, it was like
It was still
sort of like
oh, I know that.
no, and I was I love the
Aside from her going,
Dude.
like, you wouldn't know it was Deadly Rhythm.
yeah, but I do love the like the covers and the reimagining. Actually, Germ from yeah, they're good. AGB knows their way around a Celtic. Our buddy Germ from the Creek. Well, he doesn't work at the Creek, but he's there often. Actually, he hasn't been there
I haven't
since
seen
fucking
them in
Skankfest.
forever.
Yeah, I have not seen Germ in forever.
You think it was how everybody kept talking about
How on multiple podcasts we kept talking about how annoying he can be.
I think you broke him.
No, I mean,
I hope he's okay.
He still likes me. He sends me Instagram videos once a week.
Yeah, I just didn't want to gamble around him just in case, because
Yeah.
he ended up losing a lot. That was my only thing.
No, but he sent me like this thing that it was like if fucking what the fuck was it? It was like System of a Down doing, I don't know, like a fucking, God fucking damn it.
Sounds cool.
Sorry, I'm out of it.
No, I not a ton of.
Oh, that's right. It was System of a Down doing Spice Girls. And I was going to tie it into what you were saying, where like it was making me think of everything you were talking about with the problem with the cover songs, because it was these dudes doing what I really want to Zigga Zigga Ah in the style of System of a Down. And it was like, you can hear it, and they got like, it wasn't just like, they weren't just doing like the System of a Down voices. They were actually like playing their weird guitar style.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, you're like, and you made this distinction. The big thing is like, is the only thing that makes me hear the original is the words,
Right.
and it's not a great cover. And it was like, it was just reminding me, it's such a good point where it's like this cover was encapsulating the sound of the original and the dynamics of like the new you're bringing in, and yeah.
Yeah, System of a Down did a cover of the song Metro by Berlin.
Yeah.
And it's the same idea where it's just like they're playing it like System of a Down, but there's parts of it where you're like, if the chorus is riding on the metro, like that, he's going to hit that part.
Yeah.
But whatever the other parts they get into it is, or however they do it, that's the melding. This wasn't a meld. This was it's like when you see the female Ghostbusters and you're like, just do Lady Ghost, like do Lady Ghost Hunters.
Ladies and Ghosts.
Yeah, do like Ocean's 7.
Yeah, do Ladies
We can
and
do
Ghosts.
it with less. It's just like, fuck off.
Ladies can actually do Oceans.
We're actually, turns out we're actually better.
Yeah.
And it's like, and also, you know how you have like the female character end up being like the one who outsmarts everybody? Well, guess what? We're actually just going to make our male characters fucking idiots.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like,
That's how they do empowered women in movies.
Right.
The guy is
And that's-
retarded, and the woman is a fucking dickhead.
And that's what I think is happening with fucking Brutus. Again, I'm not listening to anything else by them until I get a formal apology.
Yeah.
But I think they're just doing this thing. where they're
Brutus,
just
our
like,
email's
it's a-
open.
It is a female-led group that is important, and what they did was great. And it's like, no, they did a fucking bad job. I don't like it, and I'm pissed off still. But we don't have to keep harping on it.
no,
I sent you those two because I was like, I
Yeah.
really have to have you hear the original, and then I have to have you hear the cover, and just to go as somebody who loves this song.
Yeah, I'll do that for you for next
Okay.
time. Someone in the comments had a good one. Please tell me y'all heard the System of a Down Wu-Tang Clan shame.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did. And people to this...
That's what I was saying earlier. The N-word pass, I think, goes past just Puerto Rico. I wasn't talking to you about that.
What?
I think Asians get the
Well, you know.
N-word pass, and maybe also Middle Eastern people.
I think Armenians, post-genocide, they get the N-word pass.
Hear that, Randy Cartman? don't.
No, not in chat, just in your personal life.
Yeah, you can just say it to the gin in your house.
It is funny. I do actually, because if you're watching this or listening to this later on YouTube or the podcast sites, you can actually, there's a thing, we're streaming on Twitch and Rumble, and there's a thing on Twitch that you can type in words that will just come up censored. So like it doesn't, and then I'm like, but now I have to type in the N-word. I don't want to type in the N-word.
This feels like a trick.
Yeah, it feels like a trick to
Are
just
you
get me-
recording my keystrokes?
But then you got to realize, too, it's like you can't just type in, like, you have to type in Nigga, Nigger, Nig.
Spell it? Are you allowed to spell it?
I just did. You have to, like, type in the different, like, there's, like, a couple versions, maybe, like, the one that ends in let.
Yeah.
You got to type in and you're like, dude, you're going to make me type in,
What if it
like,
doesn't catch that one?
you're going to make me type in, like, 7 different N-words.
Then you make me feel bad because I know something that's not in the massive racist Rolodex that you have.
Dude, it'd be funny, yeah, if they
They're
had
like, I got a new
AI.
one. They're like, what's the waterhead?
Yeah, they kicked you back and they go, is that a slur? And you're like, I mean, I use it as one.
Oh yeah, if you scream it in traffic enough, it is.
If you scream it angry enough at a minority, it is. So I was trying to.
I do have a music related topic though. I forgot.
Oh sure. Let me hear. The video I was trying to bring up. I should bring this up because I was fucking ruining the pod for a minute trying to bring it up, and it just
Longer
was,
than a minute.
I have no idea why, but it wasn't popping up. I was trying to look for it in my bookmarks on Twitter. I tried to email it to myself. It wasn't working, but it was basically saying that the dude was essentially he was going to see the band. Do you know the story so far? They're sort of like in the pop.
Oh, I thought that was like a test. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what? I was supposed to be listening?
You looked me up and down like you
What
were
is the
about
story?
to do something.
No, I'm not
Oh yeah,
familiar.
I was like, have you been paying attention
and I'm
to
just
the
like,
story?
no.
That didn't register to me right away. That's so
No
funny.
matter what the question is, no.
No, Andy, I have not. No, the band, the story so far, they're sort of one of those. They never had like mainstream success, but in the like pop punk boom of the mid 2000s,
Yeah.
they got pretty fucking big. So they're one of those bands with like a rabid fan base, and they're not like they just put out a new album, but they don't like tour super regularly. So it's kind of a thing like when they do tour, when they do tour, it's like people get pretty fucking nutso for it. There's a lot of people where that's their favorite band.
Yeah.
And someone was recording video and he goes, it's so obvious the lead singer does not want to be in this band. And dude, I'm not here. I'll show everyone watching. He's literally standing on stage. He's the singer, and this is how he's standing on stage singing. Just hands in his pockets, like, and that's not a little bit of this, not just literally.
Yeah, that's when you basically you're just leaning a little bit forward. I feel like there's this very low. There was like that one the lady I saw that was opening for Lola Young a couple months back. The first song she's sitting in a chair. And then she gets up and has the nerve to ask for us to fucking show a little energy. And I'm like, you just were fucking... And it's not an intimate song.
You don't have any energy.
Yeah, there was... Yeah, you're a very poor example, madam.
Yeah, it is always funny. There is like a... Because I know for me, and this kind of ties into another topic where I was thinking about where I went to go see... Shout out our producer on Panties in the Mouth, Taylor Gorman. He's in a band called Bystander, and a bunch of us went out to go see his band. And there was a bunch of really good bands. There was one band that was just like a cheesy metalcore band, annoyed the fuck out of me. But there was one band that they were pretty good, but I was just like, dude, you gotta have fucking energy on stage. And it's just like, because I look at this, I'm not telling people how to do their fucking job. I'm just saying, like, I'm a consumer of this. Yeah. And I think I have good taste in music and I have a good sense for this shit. And just as a consumer, I'm letting you know, you standing on stage with your hands in your pockets, it's kind of fucking annoying. You just kind of like, dude, and also it made me realize too, because the show, it was like, there was a good amount of people, but it was like in the beginning of the night, it was a little light. And it reminded me, too, like, I was wondering if the band was getting a tiny bit butthurt because they were talking about how they drove here from, like, San Antonio or something. And I was wondering if the band was getting butthurt because they were like, oh, we have to play fucking second and there's no one here. Nothing. I don't know if that's how they felt. I'm just, like, thinking about that scenario in my head. And I was like, dude, it just reminded me, like, I remember seeing this clip of Todd Glass, the comedian Todd Glass. It hit me in a big way where I was just like, he was like, dude, I don't care if there's 100. I don't care if there's 6 people in the fucking crowd. I'm going to do that show you know, I'm in a goddamn stadium. And it is something, too, at the end of the day where, like, you don't even have to be, like, cheesy about it where it's like, I'm going to give you the best show. You're like, bro, it's like, dude, if the crowd's light and then you go up on stage and
you match their energy, it's fucked.
It's fucking
then you have
boring.
2 people. You have 2 disgruntled customers. Like that's the thing. It's like I've done a show where it's not. I've done plenty of shows where if there's more comics than there are in the crowd, right? Plenty of times.
Yeah.
But every single time, and it's not just because I'm like, I'm into professionalism. I want to kill every time I go on stage. I want to kill every time.
I want to give everyone a night they could never forget.
No, they're customers, bro. It's customer service.
Yeah.
If there is 2 people that paid to come see you perform, if there's 2 people that paid to come see you perform.
And also it fucking...
And make it just for them. Make it a fucking VIP package.
It fucking sucks ass, too, if, like, you're just being a mope.
Yeah, if you just go up there and you go like, oh, nobody showed up. 2 people fucking showed up, dude. Like, give them their money back and go, sorry, the show's canceled, or fucking do the show. That's the thing.
Also, in the context of comedy, like, don't get me wrong. When there's no one there, you're like, this sucks. But then you go... oh, there's actually kind of an opportunity to have a little fun here.
Yeah.
Because you go, dude, imagine if there's 2 people here. All right. I don't have to worry about jokes. I could just talk to them for a lot of the night.
Right. And
like you can actually kind of like have a unique, more fun experience.
And that's where like the experience comes in, is like the fact that you also see comics just go up there and just do their set, and you're like, no, that's not, you got to perform for them.
Yeah.
Like you can't act like there's a fourth wall. You can't pretend like there's a fourth wall when there's 2 people. So give those 2 people, go like, hey, you 2, let's get it fucking moving.
But then it's even,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's even worse of a situation when you are the story so far and you're in a packed club and you're just like, I don't get how That's so fascinating to me too, because I'm just like, I wonder how much money they're making on that tour. Where it's like, do you just leave this? Like, are you making that much money that you're just gonna force yourself to do that when you don't want to do it?
I just heard about this recently. I love an artist protest as much as the next guy, but there was one that's my favorite. I can't remember who the band is. I want to say it's possibly like it's like an old '70s singer or something like that, where they're going to be performing live, and they did not want to let them. They weren't going to let them sing live. They wanted them to sing to a track, and they're like, "No, we're here to perform. We got our shit.
Yeah.
Like I can sing it. I got it." And they're like, "Yeah, but we're not." So in protest, while the song
Wait,
was
was
playing,
this a show, like a concert or like a TV show?
like a TV show.
Oh, okay.
And they like while they're performing, they were eating a banana during the song
Yeah.
instead of singing. And I'm like, I don't mind that every once in a while because to me that's like this is gonna sound so crazy because that's where like the artist part comes in.
Yeah.
Like otherwise, you are a performer for sure. Like if you're in a band or if you're a comic, anything like that, you are a performer. So you should be performing, but you're also an artist. So
Yeah.
like that's the line is if the performance is the work, is the art, you have to be happy and you have to be satisfied to give that thing. So him going up there and performing is the bare minimum, but it's also like it is a true artist statement in that sense to say like, well, I'm going to go up there and it's the same thing as the lady eating the banana. It's like one of those things where you're like, fine, okay, this is the happy medium. I'll come perform, but I'm going to do I'm going to show up because if you're not letting me show up. So there could have been a note like where a lot of times we hear this in comedy. Headliners don't want the person before them to fucking blow the lid off the place. Some performers think that's great and that's a motivator for them, but whoever, if they're not, are they headlining the story so far?
Probably. If the whatever tour they're on, they're probably headlining.
So maybe the person before them is fucking like going above and beyond. They're like,
Well, dude, you know what I heard?
They're already doing the wall of death, all this other shit, and they're like, dude, that's like,
Yeah, I wonder. You know what I heard bands actually do?
Huh.
Which actually I've thought this, and I think I was watching that dude Tank the Tech because he's really interesting because he's been like a fucking guitar or like he's done it all. He's done like guitar tech, tour manager, merch guy, all the shit. And he's just been doing it for like 20, 30 years. And so he's got a lot of info, and he was saying, and I've always wondered this, and then he confirmed it on a recent video where apparently a lot of times they will actually mix the bands before the headliner slightly quieter.
okay, yeah. That's what
So
I'm
when
saying,
the
yeah.
headliner comes out, it sounds like they pack more of a punch.
Yeah, so I am not familiar with the band. I don't know I don't know a lot about their I don't even know what kind of music they are.
Story so far?
Yeah.
They're kind of like when
I don't mean that. I meant that. I said that so dismissively. I don't mean that to sound like I don't even fucking know who they. No, I meant like I'm not
yeah,
familiar.
you're just not aware.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. You know, like the Midwest emo sound.
Okay, yeah.
They're
I didn't know if they
basically-
have an energy about them or not. You know.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
They're basically that halfway in between, like Sum 41, Blink-182 pop punk, and then they had that the genre transitioned into more. What if I just kept going into more
All the way around,
into
just
more
slap me
Midwest
real
emo? In the more Midwest emo, they're in that like halfway where it still sounds like old pop punk, but it's a little bit more serious and melancholy. So it is fast and upbeat at times.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Dude,
Maybe
people in the crowd were like going nuts.
bro, it could have been like maybe he's got fucking a bipolar problem. Like you know, like there's not.
Yeah, there are a lot of, especially with music. Yeah, you gotta.
Like,
it is.
I don't know, man. Like leave him alone. He's got his hands in his pocket. Like
It's probably really sad.
maybe you guys sucked. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like that's one thing I have learned as a comic is comics say there's a whole fucking group of comics that are fucking retardo that like to go never blame the audience.
Yeah.
Shut up. Sometimes the audiences fucking just stink. Sometimes, very rarely. This could have been one of
Well-
those instances where he's like, hey, who's out there? Like maybe a bunch of people were there to see. Maybe it's the opening band's hometown, and a bunch of people showed up for
And
them
then
and
they
then left.
left.
You know what I mean? Like because
Dude, I saw that happen to MXPX.
Dude,
one
it
time.
happens. It happens to the best of
But
them.
dude, I wanted to say this about the audience thing. I think you very often there's shitty people in the audience, but yes, very rarely can you broad strokes blame the whole audience.
Yeah.
But you can definitely do it sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not always. Don't always blame them. It's like then nobody ever gets me. It can't be 100 people to
100%. Yeah.
But if you're sometimes if they're like, I don't know what this guy's issue. I don't know, man. What were you guys giving him? Like it could have been a bunch of people like shitty out there, or he could have been just fucking sad that night.
Who knows?
Leave him alone.
Maybe his dog died that morning.
Is this like did he sing all the time? Like did it sound like shit? Like was he?
I wish I got the video. I wish the video was working because it's so funny because he's literally wearing like baggy pants and a big coat.
Yeah.
And his band's like jumping around
Right.
and the audience is jumping around and he's literally just like,
Bro, yeah, he could like it could have been his voice was almost shot, and if he would have fucking been jumping around, it would have sounded even worse. Like it could have been anything.
Yeah.
So
what was the thing you were gonna bring up?
it's just an appreciation for you know how we always talk about
For me, I love you too.
Nope. No. We always talk about how we kind of strive for like we get like kitchen work. We get warehouse stuff. We get those clock in, clock out kind of jobs.
I think it's the ADHD. We like locked in repetition,
Structure, lists, things like that. So
Love a list.
there's
Did you ever used to? I used to get as a kid. I would get big into organizing my CDs.
yeah, oh yeah. I still have them alphabetized, and like even when it spilled over to from the two big ass CD books that I have into like the smaller ones, I tried to like when I'm adding a new book, I would like take them all out so I could put have it like spill over.
Oh, I do alphabetize, and then I'd be in a new mood, and I'd go, we're just gonna do top list.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
We're gonna do top 100.
But I started working at the Creek. I'm helping out in the food truck.
and the cave.
Yeah, and the cave. Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm out there. I'm slinging them tendies, slinging them sliders as black bean and also meat. But I started last week, or this week was my first full week there. And also my first 4 shifts all by myself.
Solo
essentially.
Pat.
And I'm really enjoying it. But I noticed this, and this is where not only am I appreciative of that. Thank you, Creek and the Cave, for bringing me in on the family. I appreciate it. But the fact that I learned, so I started out, obviously I'm newer, but I'm starting out where I'm like clocking out, like, we close at 12, and then there's like an hour close. I'm trying to get out of there
When do you
around
stop
1.
serving food?
12. So
Really, it's 12.
yeah, 12 o'clock. So then,
that was earlier.
then after that, then it's closing time. Then I'm just trying to beat my time from the night before. I noticed this. First couple nights, I was by myself, just listening to phone. I had my phone kind of in one of those.
You did the kitchen speaker.
Yeah.
Get a. It's crazy when you learn that in a kitchen job where you just get a metal bowl.
Yeah.
And your phone gets 10 times louder.
That still didn't work, so I ended up buying this $23. I wanted to buy the fucking $40 speaker.
Oh,
but
is it? Oh.
Some dickhead at Target wouldn't show up with the goddamn key, so I could buy the goddamn Sony speaker.
Oh yeah.
So I bought this $20 speaker.
Wait, can I ask you something? Is it loud as hell in that food truck?
It's pretty loud. The fans and everything going.
And also too, like you got the generator running.
Yeah, that's not. I don't hear that as much. It's mainly just the.
Well,
it's
yeah.
the fan
However,
noise.
you know what? However you guys do it, because when you're around like real deal out in the wild food trucks, because like for people who haven't been to the Creek and the Cave, it's not like the food truck pulls up, operates, and then leaves.
Yeah.
Like the kitchen is a food truck in the backyard area of the Creek and the Cave.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when a food truck's just chilling, they got the big ass generator and it's like loud as shit.
Yeah, but this is.
But I'm
like,
sure they got it hooked up where it's.
I think it's getting power from the actual.
Yeah, because as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, no, we sit next to that every single fucking day, and it's not too loud.
So I'm in there. I noticed a significant bump in my productivity once I got that Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah.
Because I'm just jamming, dude.
Yeah.
Kitchen work is essential. The essential thing. Yeah, you need knives, you need bowls, you need a grill, you need a fryer, all that stuff. Sure.
Yeah.
But like
So
after all of those things, right at the top of that list, the menu items is you need a fucking speaker. You get yourself a speaker. If you work in a warehouse, if you work in a thing, and it's better with the smaller staff because there's less arguing about the music.
Ooh.
And there's also, or if you're working by yourself,
Nothing worse than a grumpy Gus who can't accept. Like, it's like, dude, learn to take turns. Everyone gets an hour.
bands I've discovered in the kitchen by not arguing with who had radio control. Portugal the Man.
Ooh,
I'm pretty sure,
that's a solid one.
right?
I haven't listened to him in a while, but I remember fucking with him.
I'm like, who is this?
Dude, actually,
Like literally, I actually had to come out and go, who had the radio? Usually, because you go like, who has the radio? They're like, oh, fuck you, man, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is this? Like, it was
Yeah.
me going like, this is.
dude, I had the
This is
opposite. I had the opposite. I remember, yeah, actually, last time I was playing music in a kitchen, it was me. I think it was me realizing I was like, I think I have some sort of level of autism because like. I found this DJ Trackstar, the DJ of Run the Jewels. He had this. There's this YouTube channel called the Boiler Room. Yeah, where they do a bunch of like long form DJ sets. DJ Trackstar had a Boiler Room DJ set, and dude, I remember after like a week or two, my one manager comes up to me and he's like, "Andy, you gotta play something else."
Yeah.
Because like I would come in and it was like it was real Run the Jewels heavy.
I was
And
gonna say,
would
Run the
come-
Jewels was another one that was like, I feel like that was. It was you were the introduction, but that kind of like listening to them more. Unearth is another one that when I was working at dishwashing at Hooters, is I fucking like just over and over again listening to Unearth.
My job at when I worked for Boston's, that's when I would learn about a lot of like whatever the new aggressive rap song is, because we would in the morning, because it was really annoying how we would pump in the music through the restaurant speakers, but it was really annoying because whatever music you put on had to be the music everywhere.
Yeah.
So we would put on the aggressive rap, and then once 11 o'clock hit when we opened, they'd have to change it over to like the whatever the pop bullshit. And dude, I gotta be honest, pop music, that's why I give pop music now a lot of props, because I do genuinely believe it's like a lot more dynamic. But so I'm working in kitchens towards the end of college, which is going to be like 2011 to 2012. And I was in that job till like 2015 probably. And dude, I got to tell you, the early 2010 pop music was fucking dog shit.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was when like that was
awful.
when
That's like 98 degrees. No, that's later.
No. This is when like everyone was putting out a dubstep and house song, and it's like some of the fucking most repetitive. Like, and it wasn't even that it was repetitive, because I realized this listening to like, if you go back and listen to the top hits of like the 60s and 70s, it sounds like a real band is playing the music.
Yeah.
The thing that gets me with like the early 2010s music is it's so overproduced, manufactured, that when you just keep hearing it all day, it sounds like you're on some like Guantanamo Bay shit, just getting fucking tortured. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's so overprocessed and fake. You feel, I don't know, it's like that weird
You're
layer
just-
of grease you feel when you eat a bunch of Pizza Hut. You
Yeah.
feel that on your brain.
Yeah, you're distorting the ability of the speaker. Like that's the thing. If you're just overloading it with bass, it's not an experience.
It's all unnatural.
It's like burning yourself to say like, oh yeah, I got a suntan. Like
Yeah.
no, you idiot. That's not how it works. You're not supposed to cook yourself.
Yeah.
You're supposed to slow roast.
No, it's like, I
But-
think it's like unnatural. So you're like,
But there's certain bands like there's like the point is, right, the pop music is just popular music. So it doesn't have to be always electronic. It doesn't always have to be boy bands or any kind of dance music. It's just popular music. Foo Fighters is essentially pop music.
yeah, but dude, that
it's-
mainstream
this is-
shit from like 2000 to 2015 was rough.
But this is why, and this is the thing, is like when I had the kitchen speaker, this is kind of this is not exactly what it is. By the way, other bands that I learned about during the kitchen times and stuff like that is Jeff the Brotherhood is another one. Phanogram is another band that I really got, because these are bands that are accessible to a lot of different genres. there's a lot of different people that would like this stuff, and it's not too much this, because my personal playlist goes all over the place. I got oldies, I got fucking newsies, I got hardies, I got softies, I got country, I've got fucking I'm all over the place.
I got lefties, I got righties.
That's why, yeah. I literally go like from like Wheeler Walker Jr. I sucked a dick last night to like Converge or something like that, where like it's gonna be either silly, weird.
You had a post
crazy.
recently where I was like, "Oh yeah, Converge."
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like that's what. So my personal list. That's what inspired me to make the Sloppy Boppers playlist.
Yep.
It's a thing where you learn that if you get kitchen speaker control, don't abuse it. Don't just go like, sometimes you can go like, hey, this shit is so good you need to listen to it.
Yeah, you can't do your passion project on the kitchen
No,
speaker.
this is not about you. This is about the fucking vibes. And I learned so much about vibe management
Dude.
that Lemaire is almost always deputizes me to handle the playlists,
Chief.
to join the jam.
Chief Vibe Administrator.
Because it's one of those things that, like, I know what's going on right now. I know I need to throw in a little bit. Hey, Andy's here. Let me throw a little something for Andy. Let me just to catch
Dude,
everybody's
wait.
ear to continue the fucking hang.
Wait. Can we talk? That's such a funny thing. Like,
That's what teaches you in kitchen. Like, I learn a lot about food processing and stuff like that, but I learn a lot about vibe. I'm bringing it back to vibe management.
yeah, no, I just want to go. I'm loving the idea of what would go on the kitchen speaker, because I'm thinking about it and I'm like, Kublai Khan. And like, you gotta think about bands you fucking love, and would they make it to the kitchen speaker? And it's like Kublai Khan, they'd make it to the kitchen speaker. Blood Brothers would not put on that on the kitchen speaker.
Yeah, like there's certain ones, but even Kublai Khan, it has to be Monkey See, Monkey Do, blah blah blah. It has to be that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Most of those can fit in though.
Because again, with my coworkers,
You might not want to play the Pussy song.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Is I got 69 boys. I have Kublai Khan. I have all these things on my personal playlist. Something that maybe somebody would fuck with each one of them, sure. But I need it. I need everybody to fuck with every one of these.
Yeah.
That's kind of my obsession. So the Slappy Boppers is a lot of like, popular music or classic music that you wouldn't know, stuff you know from the soundtracks, things you know from memorable music, things you would know from reels or anything that are. It's just a thing where, oh, I've never heard this whole song before. Oh,
Well,
this
it's
is really
like-
good. Like it's like those things where you're like, there's been so many times I'm working at a kitchen that I want to get my phone out and like fucking Shazam someone's playlist because
Yeah.
there's like I'm like,
There's
that's good.
also,
I'm gonna
too,
take that. That's good.
There's also something special in this is actually why I fuck with DJs, because there's something special when I like watching a good long DJ set that's like really thought out, but I like the ones that kind of lean more towards hip hop because I don't really care as much about the electronic music. But like, bro, like I don't know, you know the song Swag Surf?
No.
Yeah, it's having like a resurgence. I only found out about it because it's having like a resurgence with the Kansas City Chiefs. It's like a big song they play. But like I saw this I think it's the Chiefs. I'm sorry if I'm wrong about that. But I saw this video where like a DJ was playing and it was like a bunch of, it was good. People are vibing out, but they're kind of like doing the vibe, but they're also talking. And then he does the DJ thing where he's like dun 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 and dun, dun, and he like transitions into Swag Surf, and this like super popular song for the people who fuck with it. And dude, the way that the crowd turns on, the way that they get activated, that's such a great thing. And it's like so fucking cool to watch. It happened with me, fellow friend Kirk Griffiths of the Proper Robotics podcast. We went to a Run the Jewels show together. And then they had a DJ as one of the opening acts.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing. There's this one A$AP Rocky song we like with a very distinct beginning where it goes boom, boom, boom. And with dude, like without even thinking, me and Kirk turn to each other, yell in unison, do like a half hug, and then we start like and you're like, it's just because we both know
We
that.
love this together.
So there's something about
Yeah.
there's something about vibe management that is so beautiful because it is like this. It's this nonverbal way for everyone to be locked in on a similar rhythm, and it just feels nice when you're there.
Can I tell you one song? Guys, come here. I'm gonna give you my secret song. All right. If you want to get the fucking party going, right? You want to get everybody on your side, no matter what they like. Gucci Mane, Lemonade.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah.
That one is going to turn the fucking party out. Like, immediately, everybody's going to... dude, try not to fucking bop to that song.
Yeah.
Try not to fucking bounce. Like,
Which
I
one
can't say all the words, but... but it's still one of those things where it's like, it's got a great hook. It's such a great fucking beat, and it's just so simple. Like, you put Gucci Mane Lemonade on, and that you got everybody's attention. Because either people are like, what is this song? Or people are like, oh shit, this song, oh my god.
What's a prime song that like does that for you? Because once you said that, I was well.
No, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Ignorant.
No, I'm saying for you specifically though, because I'm sure you like the song, but I got to imagine there's one that like lights you up more. I know for me, it's Simon. Whenever I hear that opening Godzilla sound from Simon Says by Pharoah Monch,
Yeah.
it like that's,
Oh yeah.
like that's one that activates me. Which
Yeah.
one activates you the most?
Activating is Ignorant. I think it's bitch, I'm ignorant.
Who's that by?
I gotta double check because I was gonna say Gucci Mane, but I don't think it's also Gucci Mane.
I also too.
I have it on the playlist here. Hold on.
A lot of the Wu-Tang hits will do that to me. Yeah, it's tough too because I usually stuff like that. I usually would default to rap.
Yeah.
Because like it happened at the Creek the one night. They let me control the speaker. And
Geechee Gotti. Sorry, Geechee
Which one?
Gotti. Ignorant by Geechee Gotti.
Okay, I have to.
It's a song that just gets me fucking hyped. I don't know why. I just if I'm listening to it like I like to walk up and down 6th Street with my earbuds in, and it just cancels out every bit of outside noise, and it's just that song blasting.
Yeah,
dude, I'm like Saturday Night Fever, just fucking because I relate to it very much. I'm very ignorant. I'm quite ignorant.
No.
It's funny how much we're talking about. Like, that's what I'm saying is that if you put that song on, I feel like almost the same way. It might not be as universal as Geechee or as Gucci Mane.
Yeah,
but Geechee Gotti, Ignorant, is the one where I'm like, that's the one I feel like everybody should connect with the same way.
Yeah,
but it may not hit everybody the same way.
But no, that is
a little aggressive.
It is a fun conversation about like what. Oh, I had one recently. Denzel Curry. He has this song called Sumo.
Yeah,
that fucking activates me.
He's got a
because he has this line where he goes pockets too big Rakishi.
Yeah.
It just like goes fucking hard.
I feel like one song by Denzel Curry also I have oh yeah, I forgot. He does a cover Ricky and Bulls. He does a cover of Bulls on
Ricky?
Parade.
Yeah, I've seen that. You know how I found out about his song Ricky? They fucking used it on an NXT pay-per-view.
Oh wow!
Yeah, whoever picks the music.
I
on
love
NXT.
that chorus. I do. You know who I got hooked on that song? Because of my vibe management. I was vibe manager in the van on the way back and forth to Vegas, and Dave was like, "What's?" There's a couple times dude. One of the biggest honors like you can have as a vibe manager is somebody asking you what a song is, because that means that they love it. That means that they want to pursue it more. And you've exposed somebody to new art in the coolest way possible, and it's like you're not knocking on their door going like, "Have you heard the good news?"
Yeah, everyone does that one. They're like, I can imagine Dave's chilling and he just goes,
"Yeah," like literally, he's like, "What is this?" Like, and not only that, but also like I think it became like one of like when they add it to your play. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of a playlist or vibe management in general is the fact that you have that like you're helping to grow someone else's thing. So that seed is now planted in another thing. So now they're going to be at a party and they're going to play that. And
I've
somebody
had
else
that.
is going to go, and it's like that's what you want. That's how you like get these artists.
No, that's a really good feeling. I've had that a few times. Like I think I got I'm the reason a couple of my friends like they don't just like they fuck with. Like, I think I told Kirk about Run the Jewels. I know I told my friend Mike about Run the Jewels. But a big one was the Menzingers.
Oh, yeah.
I told my wife I thought she'd like them. And there's like a lot of shit I suggest to my wife that she kind of like checks out to be nice.
Dude, that's what I was saying
she's
with the
like,
suggestions. Yeah, where you're like, I send it to Dom sometimes, and she's like, yeah.
Yeah, dude, she's to the point where she's like, I think I'm gonna get a Menzingers tattoo. Like,
Yeah.
she's obsessed with, and like, I always feel proud about that one.
That singer Lola Young I was talking about, Dom. It was an Instagram reel where I was like, damn, this is pretty cool. I like this a lot. And I checked her out on Spotify. I was like, damn, Dom would fucking love this. Like Dom and a friend of the show, ex Buddha Boy co-host Chris William, he was another one that I was like, check this out. She's like Dirty Adele, and he's like, this is incredible. I'm obsessed. So like, there's certain people that are like, now Dom is like, that was when we got to see her by that point, she was like, I'm so glad I got to see her now because like she's one of my favorites. I'll never forget this, but she's gonna be very less accessible after this. And like the fact that again, she didn't even know about her until I was like, check this out.
Such a good feeling.
That gives you that gives you the reassurance in the vibe management when you're not at a party situation to be like, I've taken this and now I'm going to give it to you. I think you would like this. And then when they go, I did listen to this and it's now one of my favorites. Mutoid Man to me was me just explaining. I was just sending it to people going, hey guys, just to let everyone know, this is one of my new favorite bands. If you may like them too, but I don't give a fuck.
Just letting the world know.
I need you to know that this is same thing with Flagman.
Going back to
Lots of man.
You really like
I like men. Clip it.
Clip it. Send it to your mom. That's
what BBQ means. Big boy queer. I'm a big boy queer master.
God damn it, dude. I wasn't ready for that. Oh my god. It was so quick. Fuck, that was funny.
It's the coffee, thank you.
Yeah, we'll have to fucking fill you up with that every time so we can hit more big boy queer.
Big boy queer.
Actually, thinking about, so I was looking at my phone earlier because I remembered in the rap genre of songs that activate me and turn me the fuck on is Back Then by Mike Jones. And I don't even listen to that much Mike Jones, but just the hook, I love it because it feeds into that like my petty nature where he goes, back then hoes didn't want me, now I'm on, hoes all on me. And I'm not on, but I do. Yeah. I think about that to like, I go, oh yeah, I got to succeed so I can fucking prove the haters I've made up in my head wrong.
But we're also like the funny thing about that is like, whores don't want me. I don't. As far as I know, like I'm married.
I think hose is universal. If you're acting negative and petty to me, you're a hoe.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm applying it to everyone.
See, I'm not big with the rap lingo.
Yeah.
Just the words I'm not supposed to say.
That one, those are the only ones I know.
God damn it.
And then actually too,
ain't that the truth? You know what I'm saying?
No, I was looking through my phone. I was listening to Jesus Piece last night. They're So Unknown will activate me. I wanted to say one thing. Dude, I think I need to go back to the gym because I went to our friend. All right.
This is a reverse intervention. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I went to our friend Taylor. His band Bystander was playing, which check them out. Bystander, they fucking rip.
That means they go both ways.
They go both ways. Bisexual standard. They are the standard for bisexuals. No, but it was fun, and it was funny too because like it was, it was a good show. It was a little light at times, and there was like a lot of room to like fucking go. And I was the vibe manager.
Too much room?
What?
Was there too much room to go?
No. It was
for
packed.
you. Was there too much room?
What do you mean?
I'm saying like, was it like, I've been in those pits where it's like I haven't bumped into somebody in a while.
Well, dude,
like,
it made me
can
realize.
we just close this up a little? Like, I'm not.
No,
like,
for real.
It's not for lack of people. It's just the fact that like you opened up. We don't need this much room. We just need.
They also too. They were more in the like. This show was much more in the like. I'm trying to think. They were in the much more of the metalcore, degent. It was less about moshing. I'll say that.
Oh.
It was less about moshing. And I was trying to be the guy. I was like, my buddy's band's playing. I've
Times
you know
to fuck it up.
my buddy's band's playing. I've happened to have 6 beers and 3 shots. I'm gonna show up and keep the energy up for my friend.
The music moves
He
me.
needs me right now.
music moves me.
And dude, no, it actually, so the pit got pretty spread out because people were like, we're not really trying to do that.
We're just here to see my nephew's band. Thank you.
But yeah, it was very,
I've been there plenty of times.
it was very funny going into like my mosh mode when it was like not as many people wanting to mosh.
when
and
you're
you were-
essentially at a picnic.
yeah, and you
You're
were
like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're like at like,
so funny.
but like that's the same thing I do. Like I've been to those shows where like, oh, my band's playing my friend's birthday party, but
Yeah.
you're like, your friend's birthday party means like his nana's there, his fucking
Yeah,
aunt's there.
this
like,
show wasn't that, but I know
but
exactly
that
what
energy,
you're saying.
that kind of
Yeah.
same energy of like, we're not on that. We're not in that.
And no, I was just doing.
You're incorrectly vibe managing.
Well, it was really funny. It was really funny. Well, no, I was actually starting pit shit because there was a little bit of pit stuff. I just wish it would have been more because I realized it's not. It's actually like not fun when you can't bump into each other.
Yeah.
Because there was like I was kind of like doing my thing. Because it's like if you're the only one doing that, then you just be like, "Am I a fucking dickhead?"
just jogging in a circle.
Yeah, can other people punch the air with me?
Yeah.
And then there's this other. I think it also hurt too because I was kind of the biggest guy there, so I think people were genuinely like, "He's gonna run into." I did
Yeah.
run into a group of people at once, and it was very funny.
You just knock the wind out of them.
I
Spill
literally
their
watched.
drink.
I watched, dude. It was so funny. I watched 5 people who did not expect me to come all slowly fall over. It was very funny.
So yeah, that means there was a good
Yeah.
amount of people if they didn't like just jump back, if they're like falling into other people backwards, like
Oh, and then I hit Nate with a real good one because Nate was there.
Yeah.
And he kept fucking with us. So I would be doing my thing, and then I felt like on me, and I turn around and it's Nate, and I go okay, and I basically do what I did to you and Lemaire at Jesus Piece. I go to the other side of the pit, run full steam at him, but. He's not actually in, so I'm not gonna fuck with him. But I jump in the air. I immediately see him do this, and I just and I stop right in front of him.
I could have ended you, motherfucker.
So I did that.
It's weird. It's weird being in your element. Like it's weird being friends with somebody for so long and then them only seeing like the true you just recently.
Well, I was trying.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's the thing is like,
Bro, I only found out the true me like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Because the first time
it's 6 beers, 2 shots, and some fucking jams.
if it's no shots, it's 8 beers. But it's
It's
like
good to know your limit.
I don't know, dude. I don't know how to explain it fully, but it's just there's something about drinking too many beers and going into the pit. Like, dude, you want to see activated? Like when I went to go see Jesus Piece. I remember you were talking to me, and I was like, I hear words, but I'm not processing it because I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm in this. When the beat drops, I'm gonna fucking lose
Dude,
it.
I had to go full war mode immediately at Jesus Piece. As from like the couple first like 10 or 15 seconds of that show, I caught a stray fucking fist right into my open eye, and then it just kept watering almost the whole time. So I was like one-eyed through that show, but it didn't fucking damper the experience whatsoever. It was just one of those things where it was like I immediately was like into the fire.
Yeah.
But that's like there's been plenty of times where like war like when I go into like full me at a show or something like that, I'm being my truest self or whatever. It's honestly it's a lot of jumping,
Yeah.
a lot of pushing, and that's essentially it. Is it a lot of jumping and pushing, grabbing, stuff like that, like but not ever with any ill intent. It's always well-meaning, and it's always so. In the the one time I can say that was like where there's been a couple times, and I know this too. This is what I pointed out. I know I'm being my true self when my wife is filming me because like she's like, I just love it when you're like when she sees me when she took me to the cat cafe
When
she
you're
was
natural habit.
Yeah.
When you're just like you're completely at ease.
all my guard is down, like I'm just being
You know what you know what a random spot I'm because I didn't even think about it where it's like, oh yeah, it's not just like the pit.
No.
Hammered in the pit. You know where I'm
but
weirdly,
that is one of the places. Yeah.
You know where I'm weirdly my true self? Because I'm at a museum.
Yeah.
Because
I'm taking it in.
Well, because I realized, dude, I was joking about this on stream the other day. Life sometimes, like as long as you figured out you've made yourself safe from what can kill you, life is purely perspective.
Yeah.
Because I remember Because I am a guy who likes to like things.
Yeah.
So inherently, I end up loving to like learn about new shit. And I remember I was literally like, I was having the perspective where I was just like, I don't know enough about this. I don't know enough about that. And I just flipped it a 180 and I go, look at all these things I get to learn about.
Yeah.
And I immediately turned into a happier person. And the museum are usually chock full of endless shit I don't know about.
Nobody's looking at you.
Yeah.
Like that's so
and it's just me throughout the museum all day going, whoa.
I'm the same.
Whoa.
I'm the same me at the museum, at the mall. Like those are two of the places where like I can just go to a food court and I'm surrounded by people and things, but nobody's looking at me. Nobody's paying attention to me. I could just be here and just the same idea, just observe. I just observe people. Like I love people watching. Anytime I go out on I would go to a new place for comedy or anything like that. Places I love to go, like flea markets, Walmarts, or like shopping centers, like malls. If they have a mall, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Walmart's like very specific. You know what you're going to see there, essentially. But a mall, you never know what you're going to see. Could be a really fancy mall. Could be an almost shut down mall. But either way, it's like there's something interesting there.
Walmarts are good though, because you do get the perspective of like sort of the more working class and below population.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like I remember we were joking. Lemaire would always joke about I think he used the Patterson, New Jersey mall. Amazing Latino butts.
Yeah.
And I even went to one in like North Jersey. It was a similar situation. And then when I was doing some porch tour dates with Robbie down south through like Kentucky, Tennessee, shit like that, dude, it was funny. We went to one mall down south that was in a bigger city, and it was like a good, healthy mix of everyone. Then we went to this Walmart in the middle of fucking nowhere, and it was just like, I was just like, yeah, white people need to learn about like lotion and upkeep in general.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
you learn so much by just observing. I'm telling you, you could if you go into like light, because I don't look at my phone as much, but like you're studying people. It's meditative. It really is. It's like a thing where any of these things that I can be doing, if I'm at a show, I'm not necessarily on my phone. I might take a couple things because you got to post clout. Yeah. Be like, hey, I'm doing this thing. Hey, tag the band, do whatever. Or honestly, just for the experience. At Mutoid Man, there's multiple songs, and I'm like, I fucking can't believe how good this sounds.
Yeah.
Like, and it's. I have gone back. You know how people go like, you don't go back and watch those things. I've gone back so many times to watch those videos. So fuck you.
Oh
but,
yeah,
like,
I've done that. I've watched my favorite music videos 1,000 times.
If I'm ever filming like something, it's because like I'm having a really good experience or a really good memory, and I'm just capturing the moment essentially. But it's other than those times, like it's like maybe 2 or 3, and I'm like phone's in my pocket, gone, and I'm just So even if I'm in the pit, if I'm on the outside of the pit or anything like that, I'm just observing, intaking things. Same thing at the mall, same thing at a museum. It's those you learn, and it's like it's this thing where you're learning about the people in that area, the general people in that area. Because most malls, like, you don't have to drive too far from. Like, that's what I would try to go to, and you find out like some history. I was actually at the mall where they filmed Dawn of the Dead, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Original
in Monroeville, yeah.
Where?
In Monroeville, Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's
I actually
why,
ended up there on tour with Zach.
That's why in Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
Yeah.
The local
Monroeville
teams,
Zombies,
the Monroe Zombies.
Dude, and they had like a little mini bus thing. Now, actually, I went back years later with Dom, and they actually have the zombie museum open and all that stuff. It's really cool.
I actually love the original Dawn of the Dead, because the original Dawn of the Dead is one of the few older horror movies that genuinely creep me out.
Yeah.
Because there's one part where I think it's the army guy gets bit, and he like lays down and then comes back up as the zombie.
Yeah.
The makeup on that like skeeved me out
Tom
when
Savini,
I saw it.
bro.
Tom
Savini rules.
But one other thing. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, just observing it in general, like watching, like that kind of thing is. Like, I feel like you get so many cool experiences. Like, I've gotten so many fun, cool memories from malls, and like, just it's great for if there's not a really nice museum that's available for free. Malls are free, and they're like people museums.
Yeah, that's
really interesting.
A few little things before we wrap up that I did want to mention about the show. It was at this place called Come and Take It, which I love. Is a great name for a music venue.
Oh yeah.
Bro, they had like crazy ass. So they had their parking. They had their parking lot.
Yeah.
And then there was a shopping center right next to it. And in the shopping center next to it, and this may be a thing they do so people from the concert don't park there.
Yeah.
You had to pay for parking, which I was like, I wonder if you can go into those shopping center places and get your parking validated or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But it was literally, I looked it up because I was about to park there, and I go, it's a couple bucks. I'll just fucking pay for it rather than trying to find parking.
Yeah.
It was literally like $10 an hour, and I go, this
Hey,
is
yeah.
psychotic. So there was that. Little critique of a merch situation. I don't want to call out the band because they're all small bands, and I don't want to fucking. But I will say, just in general, merch guys. So I was in a weird predicament. I wasn't planning on buying merch, but I was in the market for a long sleeve because I was a little chilly.
Me too.
And I really wanted a long sleeve, so I go up to the one merch booth and I go, "Do you have?" Now I'm already like I'm not too demanding. I know a lot of these bands don't have 3Xs at the merch booth. Maybe consider having a couple. And I go up and I go to the one band and I go, "Do you have 3X in this long sleeve? I'm chilly. It looks cool." He looks through that, does the whole thing. Nah. And then just stops there. And then like he has other long sleeves and a hoodie. But I don't know. I'm feeling like I'm bothering him. So I was like, I don't really want to fucking ask you anymore. And it was just like, you could have made a sale if you would have just checked the other shirts.
If I may, I feel like you should share the name of the band because even if was he in the band?
I don't know.
Because like either way, either that guy doesn't need to be working your merch booth if he is in the band and you need to get somebody else there, or because that's if you have other options. If like he means there's no 3X available whatsoever.
Yeah.
He needs to communicate that. Like,
yeah, just let me know
You're
that.
still like, I know you're, and this is where performer, artist is completely separate. I know you're a performer and I know you're an artist, but in this scenario, you are a customer service representative. Unfortunately, you do have to give information that you do have to communicate with people effectively. So in that situation, if you don't have it clearly labeled somewhere, people are going to ask you these questions. So a happy thing is to say, here's what sizes we have and what.
Yeah, show the
Put
range.
it next to the goddamn sign. It's fucking day one merch guy shit.
Yeah.
So if you are running the merch booth, sir, if you're seeing this, kindly fuck yourself and help my friend buy a shirt for it. He wants to support the band.
It was chilly.
He wants to goddamn wear the shirt. So if you have something that's going to fit, if you say, hey, the 2X actually kind of runs pretty big. Do you want to try one on? That's the nicest thing that a merch guy's ever said. Because if you're offering to a sweaty motherfucker like me to try on one of your shirts, that means you want to move shirts, bro.
Yeah.
You want to help the band. So
Yeah.
you're in the band and you're fucking with your sales and you need to be taken out, or you need to get a new merch guy that actually gives a shit.
Yeah,
Because you're like, I know you want to be an artist, and that's part of the grind, but you also got to be a salesman.
Yeah,
Like,
you gotta be in that mindset where it's just like, I was thinking about that. I'm like, it'd be so irritating in any setting. Like,
Right.
can you imagine going to the Apple store and they're like, do you have the like? I'm a big rose gold fan. I was like, do you have the rose gold phone? They'd be like, no. And you're standing there like, I mean, I would buy a black one.
No, but
why are you not offering?
But no,
it?
here you go. We don't have rose gold right now, but we do have blue and black,
Yeah, you're like, help
metallic.
me out.
But we can order you a rose gold, and it can be here by tomorrow. Like,
Yeah, there's
there
just
you go. Do you see how I just did that, and it just took no time at all?
Yeah.
That's
And he's
what you're getting paid to do.
roll your tongue.
Retado.
He's a retardado.
But to me, that's a common sense thing. Like, that's if you're handling money for a band, you're the one of, aside from the manager, you're the most business part of this band. You're the most business part. Like, you have to be, hey, can I get you a sticker? Can I get you this? Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for wanting to support. That's what.
Because also too,
especially
if
if at a lower level.
if you go up to the merch booth and you're talking to them, you're letting them know like there's a good chance I'm gonna buy something.
I'm interested. Not just. I just wanted to know. By the way, like you're not asking for somebody else.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going up and you're saying, can I get a 3X? He's not going to go like, oh man, he can't get that gift now. Like, No, I'm talking to the
Yeah,
interested
yeah.
party right now.
And I will say this, maybe put your prices on a piece of paper because
Best day one.
it's super awkward. It's super awkward when you get told the price and you accidentally go, ugh.
Yeah, you should be
Because
able to go.
I'm not. Here's my thing. I'm not like we've already talked about it. I don't think anyone should bitch about bands' T-shirt prices. But I was also like when I heard the price, I think I did accidentally visually just go like, that's more than I want to spend though.
But then you hear that price and you're getting that service. So maybe that's it. Maybe once he told you the price, did you ask the price before or after the size?
Well, I asked the price. I said okay, and then I like walked away, and then I came back and I thought about it more, and I came back and I go, "Do you have any 3Xs?" And it's like they had other shirts. I'm like,
So yeah, dude, if that's the follow up question, you
I
can't
came
give
back.
You can't give the one word answer because obviously you are interested.
yeah.
You came back,
And
so
then
like,
the irony was I spent what I would have spent on the shirt on getting hammered at the bar.
and then you weren't cold anymore.
Yeah, and I probably wouldn't
Warmed
have,
up your blood.
I probably wouldn't have driven drunk then. So you kind of did that.
You could have saved a life, but instead you just want to be a dick. So
Yeah, and so I haven't been to a small show where I don't know any of the bands, and this is another observation I have. If you are in a small band and it's like you know who you are, you know what I mean? Say your band name a bunch of times on
Yeah,
stage.
yeah,
like
yeah.
I was noticing, all these because there's also the type of show, all the bands they had the lettering that you can't fucking read.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, because there was a couple bands I liked, but I just go, I don't. And then after the show, like I went up to the one band because their lead singer was kind of like a jack dude, and he was like very clear who he was. So I asked him, but
yeah.
all the other bands, it's like you all look the same to me, dude. You like when you're on stage. Bro, it doesn't matter. Every song, just be like, "Thank you, we're blah blah blah," and keep it like say
Yeah.
your band name a bunch of times
Yeah,
on
you can
stage.
follow us on here, and come see it. I always like the thing where like no matter the size of the band, and no matter the level of notoriety, whatever you want to say, like when they go, we'll be at the merch booth, come by, like because dude, there's been so many times where like you can make a connection with a band, like at any level. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it can be anything, and like you being that genuine and being that appreciative or like doing that if you're a social kind of person, if you want to
Yeah.
hang out, but that's some of the best times you could do is just to be like, hey, we'll be at the merch booth. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't even have to come buy merch, just come
Yeah.
hang out with us. Like
Yeah.
that lowers the pressures to where like you're like, man, I like the music. They were really I know who the fuck they are. And you know what? I want to go get to know the person now.
Yeah.
Like I know the band. I want to actually go get to know them and maybe buy a 3X shirt. But
I actually did that jokingly not jokingly. I actually genuinely mean this, but like when I was on stream earlier today or yesterday, I was like, if you are, because I love hearing people's like over the top deranged conspiracies, and I go, if you come to a show, do not hesitate to unload on me.
yeah.
I want to hear the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because here, grab that book right there for me, please. That's what it was. I was doing a show with Robbie, and this is like one of the conspiracy Bibles, Behold a Pale Horse. That's where this shirt comes from, actually. It's this dude, William Cooper. And this dude came up to me at one of Robbie's shows, and he just goes, I want to give you a book. And I go, that's a great start. That's the best start. And he's like, I
love free
want to
stuff.
give you a book. And he unloaded about Bill Cooper to me for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was amazing. So, yeah, definitely do that. But, yeah, besides that, the Come and Take It's a really cool venue. Lots of different layers to watch the band, which was sick. Bartender had huge boobs. That was really
Lovely.
cool.
Come and take these.
Yeah, but it was a
Puppy.
fun. You'll probably get arrested if you try to take those. But yeah, it was a fun time.
Hell yeah.
And this has been Drag the Lake.
Yeah, sorry. I have to pee really bad.
Oh yeah.
I keep thinking I'm like if he's gonna go into another thing, I have to be like, dude, I gotta take a break.
Yeah,
But if this is the end, hey man,
right, it's
I
Drag
know
the
I'm
Lake.
just casual, bro. What's going on? What do you want to talk about? Anything else?
smell
or-
piss. What is that? Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my
All right,
god! Oh my
you
god.
go piss. We can wrap this shit up. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a good one.
Love you
Be
guys.
about it. Peace.